Well, greetings after tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. It's all saying and brought back. So people were, nobody really asked, but the reason for this channel of my being here is to unlock the reality. Bring in different realities, at least to those that are breaking the rules, and those that are controlling society. And the hidden hand is to bring them out into the light, basically. I'm not the only one doing this, obviously, but it's so I've been resting more because of the shutdown going on, which is good. And I'm connecting more with the Akashic records, so tonight might be a little bit different. I mentioned this stuff before in the past, but not like this. Connecting more to the Orions and seeing how they control things. I'm not always getting an idea of exactly what they look like. Basically, getting more of an idea. They're definitely connected to Agartha, like elf beings, which makes a lot of sense. They're not all of Agartha is connected to Orions, but they do. That's where they affect a big presence in them, which makes a lot of sense. Connected to magic, mythology, just there's more to it than that. So I got downloaded this morning as I woke up. And I'm just gonna put this out there, believe it whatever you want. I'm not saying it's fact, I can't prove a damn thing, but I feel this is very well, we'll go into details on it. See where it goes. So it's let's see how it goes. Do a real quick run on my site. Here's avatar.com. I got prior sessions. Scheduler, when I had a channel, go ahead and zoom into my phone. The shop here, this is on, what is it? 29th I'm on here. Same situation here. That's time for the webinar if you like to. Social network, Rabbit Adventures. Just got blown up and now he's driving a car. Or I actually stole it, but anyway. What is this? Behind the scenes. Early uploads, things like that. Okay. Support. Okay, here we go. So this is the download I got. This is the movie. Now they tell us what's going on. Of course, it depends on how you feel about it. I mean, not people are going to believe it, but people are connected to aliens and everything. So, the unknown is here. So what I got was, this is the movie Dark City. Dark City. Anyway, you can find it online, but these are the strangers. What I got, these are like the Orion beings. It does, the ones that are manipulating our world. Something similar to this. Not saying they're walking around jackets and stuff like that, but they're humanoid, but they're also creature-like, because these guys they turn into a creature too. They also have a device that stops time, and then they move things around, and then they put people to sleep also, as his hand is up there, he's putting people to sleep. So this movie came out a year before The Matrix, and then The Matrix. This is like a horror movie. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as a lot of other stuff out there. That's when they move memories and stuff like that around. But I feel that a lot of the Orion beings are very similar to this. I feel like they're here looking for something. So they don't feel like we're worthy of this world, so they took it over. But I feel like they're looking for knowledge here. And they have not quite found. I feel like they're also dying too. This race of Orion is manipulating society. They're not dead yet, but they are dying slowly. So this movie has a lot of that in there. So it didn't get any attention. The Matrix got all the wind. But something. I just got to download that. This is very similar to how they do things. It's not exactly, obviously, but it gives you a little bit. I don't know about memory implants, but they do mess with our minds. They do mess with thoughts. So it might not be all that far after all. When I connect to this, I feel a lot of heavy energy is like, Yeah, like I shouldn't even be talking about this. But anyway, another thing is Brazil. This is a weird one. Plastic surgery. They predicted a lot of stuff in this. Is just weird. I don't remember a whole lot from it. It's confusing as hell. But this is another Orion energy there. Also, this one is this came out in 1999. Dark City came out in 1998. This is I mentioned this before. I mentioned all this before, but 13th floor is a lot more positive reality where they have a computer, they plug into it, and they go into a reality just like that. It's like a murder mystery type of situation, but it's actually pretty decent. It didn't get any attention, but it's different. But it is talks about reality within a reality, basically. So, and people are always laying down and going into the reality. Even on ships, I see aliens laying down on a bed and going into a reality, like the Matrix. There's always, even in spirit, I feel they lay down and go into a reality too. So, another thing about the Ryan beings, yeah, this to me this makes a lot of sense. But I feel it's more the negative version of Orions that are the elf beings, and you have some little understanding here. They're hidden, of course, and they're not very pleasant. I've also had a dark elf come to me at one time a couple years ago, so I know they're real. So, but I feel like yeah, they're very connected to Orion. Of what they're doing here, they're not always making it clear, but yeah, controlling society, things like that. But Agartha is the real reality that we're not connected to because we're connected to cities. So the, the Dark City felt really, I really got a heavy hit on that actually. Now, is anybody going to believe is another story? Most no, but when you get into aliens and all that, I mean, fuck, might as well have a bunch of weird guys walking around in coats. That thing about Dark City, I forgot to mention. Yeah. It's like an Archon, Orion, Arcturian energy there. Yeah, they can mess with the mind. And people are, I mean, who doesn't feel like their minds are getting screwed with? You know, thoughts are coming in and out, fear of this, fear of that. It's like, who do you think is doing that? So, yeah, it's a major show going on here. And I feel it's going to break down eventually, somehow, some way. But they have to tell us this stuff if they're going to do it. I mean, there's another movie. I'll just mention it. I want to show it. Event Horizon. Horizon. Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's like literally hell in the movie. That's why I want to show it. But they also talk about uh, space travel. How they accomplish space travel. So it's like they have to put that out there too, and put horror around it. I mean, it's like hell on a spaceship. It's like Alien. It's like just wiping everybody out. It's just gross. But, I mean, it's literally hell though. But anyway, yeah, it's like they put information out there. They put it as a horror movie, and they figure nobody take a make it even more uncomfortable. If they make it realistic, they're not going to do that. So even the Matrix is shooting each other basically. So some people aren't going to take it seriously. So as you dive in, I mean, a lot of people are taking the Matrix seriously. They call the red pill and blue pill and all of that. That's part of conspiracy culture now. So take it to another level. They actually are showing themselves. They're telling us. Like, I don't know if it's actually the strangers walking around plugging stuff in their minds. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they're doing something. I do feel like they do freeze time. I have no idea how they do it. Not always, but they do it here and there. I mean, yeah, planes freezing in the sky, have people freezing. You know, I believe they do. Yeah, that's all real. So, of course, people say it's your mind doing it. Well, who's fucking with your mind then? So who's messing with that? So, all right. So we'll go into the next. Going into tall whites again. Let's see where they take us. Another energies, maybe Mother Earth energy. Actually, we can connect to Mother Earth's 1 second. Sure, she wasn't gonna. Yes, we'll do a conscious connection. Yeah, there are many mysteries on the earth. Many are, of course, unknown to the human eye, but you are connecting to it through a psychic energy of believing more into yourselves. You're going more into the third dimension diagnosis of it, where it came from, the origins of it, as you dive deep into these downloads, these little hints of your reality. There's much more to go into. Basically, the human's going to go through another evolution of itself. As Agartha will eventually open up his doors. It is already opened, as it's not noticed fully, but yes, there is an Agarthian war going on that is affecting much of your astral. Yes, there are wizards. Yes, you connect to wizards, but there's more wizardry going on than is spoken about. There's not just a few wizards or just a few black magicians. There are many. And it's up to you to open your mind to all of that. You want to free your planet. It's time to look inside of yourself. See what you see inside of this world. Without fear, it's time to heal the fear and let yourself be free. You want this new world. You got to take yourself more seriously. Because nothing can harm you. It's just knowledge. And eventually timelines will shift where you see the knowledge that's within you come into more of your reality. As you have downloads of aliens, but also, yes, the Agarthian beings who keep themselves shut out for many reasons. They don't want you to know about themselves. Always the darker ones. The lighter ones do, but they know. Sometimes it's best that you don't know. Where it's time. It's all timing, but yes, Agartha is a place, is a home for all of you. And the secrets will be unleashed. Yes, they're not the easiest energies to understand. I believe many of you will go deeper into those vibrations, of course. Take it more seriously. Trees are portals. Connect to your heart. Know yourself. Who are yourself? Who are you? The Garthian warriors, you can say. You are warriors of Mother Earth, warriors of yourselves. It's a deeper understanding of this planet. It is all magic in the long run. You just have to step into your own, know it yourself. Know yourself. There's much more to go into, of course, but there are books of time, knowledge of time, written about mythology, modern mythology, old mythology, all links to Agartha and stories. It does as connected to Anunnaki. Well, some of them didn't just shut you down, they shut off the Agarthian world also. Because the world got out of hand at one time. And now you're here to balance it. Take yourselves more seriously, as many of you are, but many are not. As yes, there's a war hidden from your earth that will eventually be seen. Greetings, the tall whites. Greetings to your society, your growth, your world. We are that's the council of the tall whites. Greetings to your mysteries of yourselves. Well, a reason your world was shut down is because you had to figure out who you are, what you want to be. Yes, of course, it comes to war and civil unrest throughout your Earth's history. Of course, much has been left out of your history, as UFO energies have always been connected to your world, alien energies in some shape or form. As you, the human, as many of you are activating yourselves, you remember those past incarnations of wars of Agartha is a place that closes down timelines to close down history. There are many yes, there's thousands more than that, but there's thousands of types of magicians on your world. Hidden from it, as many do see real magic in your world and call it evil because of fear, but it's very real. Yes, there are tricks of making things appear and disappear, but what about removing thoughts and adding thoughts, as many are doing at this point? So basically, this is a war to take back your mind, but other than that, take back your soul. As if you have a contract with this planet, the many of you are ripping those up as we speak, allowing more downloads to come through, but not to sell yourself out, but just to better yourselves on a new level of consistent growth. Those that are, yes, running your world are not your Illuminati or, yes, Agarthian beings. And are not likely to show themselves anytime soon. There are many that are off world, but many are Agarthian. Agarthian wizards on many different levels. Yes, they have castles. They have Lord of the Rings puts a lot of energy out there, kind of what's going on there, but not in the full force of it. But yes, there is a conflict within the earth itself, within the tree energies, as you feel like there is a blockage there. And you're going into an oasis of yourselves. Knowing who you are and allowing a download of yourself, your higher self, to find, because there's been a blockage to higher self downloads, isn't there? When knowledge of your astral Agarthian self, as much more going to basically you are, yes, an immortal being, and you're allowing that immortal knowledge to come back into your reality if you allow it to do so. And yes, a lot of your knowledge is in Antarctica. Doesn't mean it was exactly Atlantean statues and all of this, but a lot of it is in the ice, as you know. So as more of your world awakens, yes, the ice will melt, and you will see a new land, and call this world different. Give it a new name, and even, yes, the solar system a new name also. New names on all things. But first, you must master yourselves. A lot of knowledge is in the Asian technologies. Asia itself, they are connecting more to the Akashic records of change, as you can see. They brought this change onto the world, as you can see. So that tells you the root connection with Agartha. So it's up to, yes, there are singing mountains of song, and much more in China that's not being broadcast on our planet, or Asia in general, but mostly China. But China is like the reveal. It is a place to reveal many things. Yes, it has a slavery system into it, but so is Agartha. So is your reality, as you call it, a job. But still, yes, financial slavery, of course. Now, that was once again to learn more about yourselves. As yes, the war on this planet is basically what happened in your past. Is, you lost a psychic war. So now you're here to redeem yourselves, as you've learned a great deal. So that's why the world was not opened up too soon. Like, you're preparing. It's like going to the gym and pumping yourself up. This has all been preparing for this time alone. We're not going into details exactly what's happening in this time. You will know yourself. It's like telling you how a fight's going to happen, how it's going to go, before you even fought. But many of you are going to more of a soul growth energy you've never seen before within yourselves through these next coming years. As yes, you're learning about your chakras, your spirit guides, and everything, but going to more of it, yes, the magic side of yourself, but also the Garthian side of yourself, of understanding the tree energies and understanding the winds and all of that. Because yes, there are many beings here that are in your skies that are not seen. Yes, that plant the thought of your reality here all the time. It's very surreal to be an Agarthian being of great power. Yes, you feel like you're a god. and there are your modern gods that you know nothing about. So yes, a version of Earth has been put here for you to experience, which calls your matrix, call whatever you want it. But yes, it all comes down to Agartha in the long run, understand those energies. It has not been the easiest. It's not something that I could just easily dive into. It's something I have to gradually understand. Some of you are very rooted in Agartha. You already know what we're speaking about. We've gone to the next level, whatever level that is for yourself. Yes, there are giants in Agartha. There are wizards of all types. Mind control. The mind is on your reality the easiest to tempt or to bring in temptation. Agarthians and Agartha have a better understanding of it. Yes, we understand there's many that have conspiracies of this and that. Virus is real, virus is not real, it's this and that. And that's all part, yes, of confusion, paradox, timelines are brought in by your controllers of your earth to divide you once again. It's all about divide. An X is an X. It doesn't really matter what's going on, what is happening now. You know, somebody has a chip in their eye and they're reading some text or whatever it might be. It doesn't really matter in the long run. I mean, yes, for you, if you need that for your growth, but for the long run, is where is your world going is what matters most. All the little details aren't really all that important. For some, they need the details because it's exciting. They feel like they're in a science fiction movie. And technically, you are. But also, it is what is the end game? It's like you want to be on the sidelines looking at this virus is real or not, or do you want it to be on? You want to be playing the game instead and not worrying about any of those things and wanting to win. And this is all about winning, isn't it? This is about going into the higher vibrations, isn't it? So, what matters to you? You want to look at the little details, or do you want to win the war? And many of you want to win the war, we believe. And so you're going to the center. So this is why information is not always brought to you. Because many just want the details, conspiracy details, and then run around that for 5 years. But some of you want to go into the root of everything. And the root, yes, is, as I say, Agartha. There are many beings there's actually a being here. Let's go into their energy and let them speak for themselves. Blessings. Greetings to you. I am Dominican, an elf being. Greetings. There is, yes, said a lot about your hidden realities, who runs your world, human interaction, human confusion. Yes, you're here to take the mask off and know who's running things. As yes, we are beings that can speak to the trees, we can connect to the wind, we can connect to all things. But most importantly, we connect to you and see the hardships of confusion throughout your lifetimes or even history itself, as history has been bombarded with lies, of course, to put you on a timeline. Those lies are put there to keep you in isolation, as you know. And they told you yes, there's always interactions, and you've always had a channeling ability. And this take what you're going through now, minus the technologies as you have it, but take the conversations and move it to the 1800s, the 1700s, 1500s. It has not exactly been the same, but it's been very similar as basically knowing there's a great truth out there. But back those days, you're actually seeing these beings, but not be able to unlock it. Meaning that magician beings in the past used to appear and then disappear. It's like your alien beings. Magician beings from Agartha. Basically, yes, to puppet show your reality as you're experiencing it now. Now, there's only so much we can go into today as we are still experimenting with how we're going to talk about ourselves. But yes, your DNA has of course been infused with black magic to shut you down, to sideline you, to be easily programmed. Why all this is happening? Why is it intoxicated? So you can be programmed easily to make it less powerful, as you know, disconnected from the earth. How many are truly planting trees and gardens and all that? And still you feel disconnected. But you still feel more at home, but not everybody is going to be a gardener. The idea is to be able to connect with the tree energies and the grass and the air to be able to teleport, to be able to fly, to know nature's vibration. So many are blocked at this time due to the environment of your world. That is ever so shifting as we speak, but others have found a way to heal it. But of course, you have to have magicians in your reality. But notice they're not really going to detail of the full scheme of things, the real world, on a public, for the public to see. There's a lot of also dragon beings that have not been mentioned that cause a lot of difficulties on your world. There's a lot of positive dragons, but also dark ones, as you have draconian beings, but we're talking about actual dragon beings that are mentally strong. If you told people that you have a giant dragon that you can't see and forcing its will onto the people due to it receiving gifts and being worshipped and being taken care of, as doing the work of a dark wizard, basically. Now it's up to you to believe these things. If you want to or not, that's up to you. But yes, the answers aren't always clear. It's like you're waiting for your awakening and nothing really happens. Well, this is different now, isn't it? As yes, it's been put into your entertainment, yes, slightly, not in full detail, of how this world works. Yes, there are Archon beings that are programming society through Agartha also. So what we say is to connect to the dragons, your own connection, a positive connection. After we speak, what do you feel? What is the hidden world that you know? What is speaking to you? As the veil is now getting thinner on your planet. It's all getting thinner slowly, but many are feeling today is the truth. But it's up to you to receive it or not. Some would just throw it out. I don't want to hear that. It's all make believe. But many of you are realizing make believe is very real. Can you handle the realness of make believe? That it is actually fact. And we are close around you. That's all we have at this moment. We'll speak more in detail when I'm prepared. When I'm ready for. I'm not ready for it this time. I wasn't expecting to speak actually, but I felt I need to say some words.